I gave the test for the first time, I didn't get a good score, and I think that's having that ability to solve the questions in the given amount of time. You need those strategies and all, which a Crackverbal course will teach you very well. There are a lot of things which probably require more skill and better management skills, which I don't have at the moment, or which would require some decision-making abilities. And so that, like, either I could develop those things by working maybe a few more years and slowly pick up those things, or I would have to do a professional course, which is what I chose. So yeah, that's why I decided to do an MBA. So yeah, I'm looking at doing an MBA in India. My first option is ISB. So yeah, first I just looked it up online like everybody does. So I went and Googled what the GMAT is about, like what the format is, what is tested on the GMAT. And then I started preparing using the official guide. So when I looked online, I came across the official guides and I bought those books and I started preparing. So initially I was preparing by myself. I was just practicing from the official guide. And yeah, so it was a very like practice oriented approach, I would say. It wasn't very structured. So I would just pick up the book and practice all the questions that were on it. And then I took one of the tests on their site, one of the practice tests, to see where I stood. So that's how I went about it initially. When I was doing the practice tests, I was quite comfortable and I was scoring like around 680 to 700 on the practice tests. So that's when I decided to give my first test. And I gave the exam, but I didn't get a good score, and I think that's because I was lacking in time management. So when I gave the final exam, I was probably a little extra cautious, and I was taking a lot of time to submit each answer. Like I was making double sure for each answer. I was cross-checking and then submitting the answers, and I think that took away a lot of time on my quant section. So that's where I lost out. So I realized that I was not entirely confident with the way that I had prepared, and that's when, and I had already practiced everything that was in the book, so I didn't know what else to do. So that's when, so I had watched a few webinars by Crackverbal. That's how I knew about it. So that's when I approached the Crackverbal team, and I told them that this is where I am and I wanted to score higher. So that's why I focused, like during the online sessions also, my main focus was on the quant section. So yeah, when I was doing these online sessions with Crackverbal, I was given a lot of new strategies and new ways to deal with questions. And it was like every type of question had a different approach, which I was not aware of. Like I was just solving them in any way that I knew. So I didn't have any structured approach to solving, say, a set of questions. So like what I understood from the sessions with Crackverbal was, like, for each type of question, that how you can approach how you can approach it in the given time. So the key to, I think, scoring high on the GMAT is to get the timing right, because you have to do each question in less than 2 minutes, and you can't take your own time and then finish it, because so you'll be running out on time, and then you won't have time to finish all the questions that are there on the test. So yeah, so having those strategies in mind to be able to solve it in under 2 minutes, I think that was really important, and that is what I learned from the sessions in Crackverbal. So the first score that I got was 610. That was it was a year ago. And the next test that I took, which was in December last year, that was 710. instead of trying to prepare with the official guide on your own, it's better to because you'll get guidance, you'll know the right way to approach these questions instead of just randomly practicing. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Crackverbal because it helps you, it gives you the correct way of dealing with an exam like GMAT. So it's not like the regular exams that we take in school. So I think having that ability to solve the questions in the given amount of time, that is something which you can't do by just practicing yourself. It is something which requires, you need those strategies and all, which a Crackverbal course will teach you very well.